Okay, I guess now you can see me. So you know what? Let's start all over again now. You can see me now, can't you? Oh my goodness me. Where's the keyboard? Oh. What the hell is going on tonight? No sound. 1, 2, 3. Shall we try this one more time? Do you know, it's a good job that nothing flusters me and I don't get stressed. I just think, okay, shit's happened. Well, let's just deal with it. But before we go any further, now you should be able to hear me and you should be able to see me. Can anybody confirm that is the case before I do lose my shit and go on my second glass of wine early? Okay, Don, saw and heard the intro. That's good, George. Yes, you can. Okay, guys. Do you know what? One thing that pisses me off in life is people's incompetence. One thing that pisses me off even more is people appearing to be incompetent when they're really not. First problem was this goddamn Rode mic. I swear to God, this eats batteries like I smoke cigarettes. Brand new battery last show, which means it was in for 2 hours. Been switched off since, put it on. The green light was all on until just about to start the show. Everybody's saying they can't hear me. I had a look, the red light's on, it's not working. So I replaced the batteries again with some more Energizer. But if that fails, guys, and I suddenly go quiet, please let me know because I have also now got a backup mic. You'll be pleased to hear. You gotta love this live shit, guys. You know, we only do real here on the Supernatural Files, as most of you will now gather. Right, okay, so tonight I want to talk a little bit about the Keith Linder case. And I want to address some of the criticism and comments since this went out. I'm not going to get into it right now. I started tonight's show supposedly at 8:15 because normally we start at 8 and people start joining at 8:15. So I thought, you know what, tonight I'll be smart. I'll start it at 8:15. And then it all went tits up and we actually got started at 8:30. So hindsight's a wonderful thing. Right, so first of all, let me just check this. Yes, cooking with mustard now. Okay. Hey, Don, it's Paddy. Oh, how is Paddy? Okay, let's spend 10 minutes just getting the updates and little things out of the way before we jump into stuff. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Thank you for being here this evening. You are all little treasures. Paddy was doing good earlier. Now Paddy's doing really shitty again. She was going to join me. Now she's not. But you know what? This COVID thing, in an hour or so, half an hour, she might feel well enough to join me again. It is really, really, really hammering her. You know, I was fortunate. I got COVID as well, but I didn't even know I got it. Absolutely fine. Thank God for that. Can you imagine both of us like that? Wow. So yeah, my heart is really bleeding for Paddy right now, watching her go through this. She's been tested negative now for a couple of 3 weeks. She's been to work. You know, she comes in, she's absolutely slaughtered. You think that, oh my God. So yeah, Paddy's suffering. And while we're on the COVID thing, you know what's really pissing me off? Well, what started was when CDC said to everybody, yeah, if you've had COVID after 5 days, you can go back to work. Bullshit. Talk about moving the goalposts. Are you kidding me? And now nobody's talking about it. You got to check online. And I don't mean conspiracy theory websites. Check online all the updates, how it's affecting people, what new things they're discovering about it. And I was saying to Paddy yesterday, I'm going to get off this in a minute, guys. I was saying yesterday, everybody's talking about long-term COVID. Nobody knows what long-term COVID is yet. 2-3 years, that's not long enough. We don't know if it's shortening people's life. I mean, everyone could just be dead within 10-15 years, whoever had COVID. You know, we do not know I mean, that probably won't happen, but what I'm saying is we will not get a full picture, in my opinion, for at least a good 5 or 10 years down the line. We know it's affecting people, making young people have heart attacks and strokes and causing them mental problems, sometimes permanently. You know, the long COVID thing, yeah, at the minute, it's not looking good. But yeah, you know, I had the COVID thing, gift from my wife. I was absolutely fine with it. Long term, is that going to affect me? I haven't got a clue. I would possibly think not, but then I would be one of the lucky ones. Anyway, putting COVID to bed and answering the question in short, Paddy is on a roller coaster. And Athena knows about that because Athena's done the same thing. Right. True, not having long-term data. No, we haven't, George. We have not got long-term data. Joe, I will say, when this started, Becky knew about this before anybody else did. When it first started, nobody knew anything about it. And I was asking, me and Patty was talking to her. I said, Becky, what's this virus thing? You know, and she went, this is very different. And she said it's going to be really bad and lots of people are going to die. And then she said, and there will be another one. Wow. I said, Becky, can I get COVID? I don't think Becky knew at that point. Because me and Becky are, as you know, which affords me some pleasantries. And she just said, this is different. Okay. Well, apparently I can get it, but I was unaffected by it, which in my mind, that's a goal. I'm quite happy with that. Right. So where are we now? Let me see. George. George, you know what? You will learn. I am a man of my word. I have a gift. There it is, George. You see that? Now this relates back to the last show when we was talking, and George said, I wonder if, like, it'll pick up on the recorder, you know, the ultrasound and dog frequencies and everything. So I went and dropped it on the floor. So I went and purchased one of these just for George and a little experiment. Look at that, George. You see that? Brand shiny new, look, straight off of eBay. What do you think, George? Doggy whistle. Okay. Now it's a high-tech paranormal device, George. It's not a doggy whistle. Doggy whistles are like this, hang around your neck and you go. Okay. So I will be checking that later. I've done nothing with it yet, George, because it just pretty much arrived. I did look on one website that was called Somebody's Bargains, and fantastic. He had this thing, and it said $34. And I was like, wow, I'm not spending $34 on that because that's from China, I'm sure. So I copied and pasted the make model into eBay. I got the $34 one. Guess what? Including postage. I think it was $7. Absolute bargain. So yeah, I think was it Brian's Deals? I don't know. There's so many people coming. So George, we will be trying that. And you know what? I will be asking Becky. Can you hear this, Becky? Can you and the guys hear this? Because I think that is also an interesting question. And it's one of the experiments that nobody else can do, but we can multiple times. Ultrasound, an amazing thing. Dogs. Oh, well, all animals. We were watching a pet program the other day, and it was talking about ultrasound and animals and dogs and cats and this and that. But you know what? No one has ever been able to actually nail the exact frequency with these guys. Well, it's not exact because, like I say, I used a couple of recorders because it varies literally minute to minute. And one recorder will pick something up, or two recording at the same time will get two different responses. But anyway, George, the short version, man of my word, check that out. We will be checking that out, and we will do an update on that on the next show. The good news is we are just starting to get into the milder weather. And like never before, I will be digging deep for you guys with Becky and the guys, getting answers to questions that have been asked forever. I promised Becky that we will do a session Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night because the day's going to be nice and I think the night's going to be pretty mild as well. So we're just now teetering into that time of year when Don, Becky, and the guys, we can do our shit. The worst times of the year is pretty much mid-November to about a week ago. Now it's been a freezing cold day, and tonight it's going to drop. The problem being is the communication with Becky and the guys I always do around about 3 o'clock in the morning for reasons that I have past explained. So it's not necessarily the temperature during the day or at tea time, it's what it's going to be at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm generally going to need it mid-40s. 40s, roundabout, to get the maximum responses. Okay, so the good news is we've got some fresh stuff coming with Becky and the guys very shortly. The other good news is I will be doing some investigative stuff this year. It's now been 2 years since I've actually done a case. I've done my stuff with Becky and the guys, but private cases, and everything else. I'm in America now, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very different. We have a ghost town, a genuine ghost town in Arizona to investigate, where the pots and pans and shit are still on the table that were left there 100+ years ago or something. It is a genuine ghost town, everything as it was. The other thing I really want to do, and I don't know if this is going to be possible, Seattle, the underground Seattle, which is basically a city under a city. I would love to get down there. But that you can get tours and everything, but I'm not interested in that. I want to go down on my own with a couple of people and my wife, Paddy, obviously, to investigate that, because I think that would be absolutely fascinating. Right. We're going to start on the Keith Linder thing shortly. George, I think it will be recorded. Yeah. I was thinking the kind you would blow into a... Where's that gone? Oh, who's this? Hang on. Did you just summon me? Aya Walks. What kind of name is that? Is that a real name? That can't be a real name. What do I call you? George, by the way, go to Skeptics Festival. Great to see. Oh, you've been there, George. What, the underground Seattle? Athena, Portland has underground as well. Fantastic. So I've got a lot of catching up to do, guys. A lot of catching up to do. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Keith Linder thing and challenging some of these arguments, because you know what? I'm to be professional, I stayed very quiet about a lot of comments and things. But sometimes you need to address things when things get a little bit too much, So I'll be addressing a couple of comments on YouTube about the documentary Demons in Seattle Uncovered that I did with Steve Mera, which was never meant to be a documentary. Obviously, I've explained that before. It was just a video, any evidence, and there was that much. I thought I need to do something with this. Consumer camera, no proper sound, no proper lighting, but it turned out pretty good. Wow, George. Wow. What do you think? What do you think, George, that underground Seattle thing? I've got to get down there. Portland as well. Okay. Right. So, I don't know if we have any skeptics, cynics, or unbelievers, disbelievers on here tonight to do with the Keith Linder case, what has been claimed, the evidence, etc. But this is the Supernatural Files, and I welcome everybody. As long as you are polite and respectful to me and the other people on here, you're more than welcome. There's a warm, comfortable seat for you. Skeptic, cynic, whatever, as long as you are polite. What amazes me, it doesn't amaze me anymore. People don't amaze me. I just think humans are just mostly dangerous, unpredictable. Like I've said before, you see a tiger, you know what? He's got one thing on his mind: your lunch. A person, shake you by the hand, stab you in the back. That's more dangerous than a tiger, because that's unpredictability. But these days, there's definitely been a shift in the last 15 years, maybe 20, unless I'm just naive and have my head buried in the sand. Because do you know what? In the old days, people used to complain, people used to get their points across. Now nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to just make their point. They want to be as derogatory as possible and attack people as much as possible. Whether that's to do with their egos to make them think or make them look good to their peers on the social media or whatever, I don't know. But you know what? It's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. Anyone that does that, what are you, like 12, 13? Come on. We're supposed to be grown-ups capable of constructive adult conversation, debate, difference of opinion, welcome. Why does everybody have to be attacking everybody tooth and nail with their claws out all the time? And this is, it's been going on in paranormal groups for a long time, between paranormal groups, because everybody's interested in something unless it, and there's jealousy and there's this, but that's the paranormal side. But in society, have you noticed that, guys? The last several years, is it because everyone can just have no accountability, sit behind their keyboard and just bitch away? There's no respect at all. It's just attack, attack, attack. I mean, we've always had online bullies. My advice to anyone with online bullies, you know what? Just block them or don't go on social media, because unfortunately that is the reality of social media. But people like that are pathetic. They absolutely disgust me. The Keith Linder case, some of the derogatory comments, unbelievable. Not a different opinion, just absolutely trancing the guy. But this is the thing. If people are going to say, yeah, this is all bullshit, Keith Linder, blah, 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 it's not haunted, it's all made up and everything else, then they're basically saying that me and Steve are making shit up and we're fake. And then I get into the ring because, we have a reputation we have built and worked hard for over years. I'm not going to have someone sitting there behind their keyboard, tapping on the keys, going, yeah, this is bullshit, it's all fake, and, how dare you do this and how you dare do that. I've got some comments on YouTube I'm going to highlight, and the person that put them, and address. So, anyway, I'm rambling because, this is close to my heart. It's the paranormal, it's the community, it's credibility, and Keith Linder's home was haunted. Let's just get this out of the way. Genuine paranormal activity. 100%. Are all the claims 100 genuine, 100%? I can't say that because some of them I wasn't there. And, I cannot endorse things or people when I'm not there when they're claiming something has happened. Because people are people. No disrespect to anybody. So before we get into that, let's have a look at these. Jump down the comments here. Anytime you want to call in, let me pop this back up again. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm glad something works tonight. Okay. Right. So let me just get back into this comments. Catch up. George, I don't feel or sense anything normally, so I'm not a good person to ask what I thought about the underground Seattle. Okay, that's honest. You're speaking the truth there. I always do. Seattle case is certainly more extreme than the average haunting. You know what, Athena? It is. When I put this out, I said this is the most controversial case since the entity. And you know what? It really, really is. People attacking my opinion because of ego. They have to feel they are correct. Yeah. Based on what? They're correct based on their biased opinion. It's like this Occam's razor bullshit that all the skeptics, in a positive sense, because I'm going to probably skeptics, proper skeptics. Oh, Occam's razor, the most probable likely is blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know what? They seem to think that only applies to them. They always go on about it like it's some kind of God-given thing. Well, first of all, it's just a sentence. It's not a thing. It's just a thing that somebody made up to basically bolster their argument. But it only seems to work on a skeptical side or an unbeliever side, as far as they're concerned. But surely that should apply also to the other side. Can't we quote Occam's razor? If I'm underground in a crawl space and a gentleman, invisible gentleman, says, "Who are you?" Occam's razor would suggest that in absence of everything else, the most probable cause of that sound is a spirited person in the crawl space. But you know what? We can't talk about that because that's not for us to use. That's only for the other side of the fence to use, which is, again, BS. Anyway, it's not really a thing. It's just a waste of space, as far as I'm concerned. Don, the more well-known you become, the more you become a target for those who don't have the experience you do. George, I haven't got a problem with that. I have got, I have got enough knowledge, experience, and evidence over the years to counter absolutely anybody. I welcome anybody that wants to step into the ring with me, anytime, not a problem. I can be polite, I can be professional, but you know what? I will counter every argument with a stronger argument. Every time. Every single time. I haven't got a problem with that. And that's not ego. That's to do with my relationships with these, my experience, and my knowledge. So, yeah, I'm well versed to just, I'm not going to say take on. I don't want to make it sound like an offensive, but to defend me, the guys, your beliefs against any other quarter, scientific or otherwise. But you know what? Nobody wants to get in that ring on a professional basis because they don't understand it. They don't understand what it is they're supposed to be studying, which they don't understand how to study. And therefore, how can you actually put any argument up at all apart from strawman arguments? Because you've got nothing. You don't understand what it is you're arguing against. Sorry, guys. I'm just saying, it's ironic. We are making waves over from now forward, moving forward. Production companies and everything that's going out, or stuff's going out. We are making waves. And yes, I will get some detractors. But like I said, fine. You want a one-to-one, that's fine. Don't give me the keyboard warrior stuff. Just come on the show. Put your questions professionally. I will answer them. I will counter any argument. That's how it should be with grown-ups. Okay. Right. Okay. So now, guys, I'm going to cheat because now I'm going to play a 6-minute intro because we have to understand there is people on here that have never seen Don Phillips, never been on the show before, don't know some of them if they're on another planet, have never even heard of Keith Linder. And so this is a 5 or 6 minute thing, little roundup. Then I'm going to pour a glass of wine, have a sneaky smoke, check on the wife, and I guess we'll go from there. So let me have a look what I've got here. If I can get the right clip. Everything else has gone tits up to now, so you never know. Let me see. They're not even in order. I've not even had time to put these in order. Let me see what we've got. This is the one. So for anyone not familiar with the Keith Linder case, Ghost Adventures went out. Wanted to do it as an episode for their show. They basically said, unprofessionally, Keith is an attention seeker. He made it all up. There's nothing going on in the home of Keith Linders. This is a pretty roundup for anybody who's not familiar with that case. In November 2015, we received a call from Keith Linder claiming his house was haunted. It transpired we'd be investigating one of the most controversial cases America had ever seen. Opinions were split. Some people believe this to be a hoax, other people believe it to be genuine. Keith wanted answers. We was going to find the answers either way.
If I want to read out.
I'm sure there'll be some evidence to support an Irish settlement here. You know, it's going to be a really, really, really interesting case.
It wasn't long before inexplicable events began to unfold. Whoa.
You guys know where this has been since you've been here.
Can't see why that would fall off because it's got very deep set holes.
Know if any vibration will
Falling off nonchalant.
Well, that's really interesting. We did hear the sound from downstairs. It was a louder sound than it did seem through the replication, but definitely this on the floor, and it didn't. You can't get it off there. How did it fall? I don't know.
And we were not the only ones to witness the voices. Well, you could hear that, you said?
Yes, I could hear it. It was picking up because you had the microphone on. It stood back. It was "We Are Spirits," and then I couldn't understand. We were trying to figure out the last one. It was like 2 or
Yeah, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't the last part. The first part was
The first part was very, very clear.
first,
We are speaking. Because obviously you was filming as well. You got the headphones on.
Yeah.
So that would
and
make
then I
it
had
clear.
the Nat mic. Plus, it helped out a lot that you had the other microphone on.
Yeah,
So it could be clear that way too.
The evidence tonight has been absolutely staggering, nothing less than that. We came here, we listened to Keith's story, we visited a priest. That priest told us something quite phenomenal, that there was evidence, or he believed, that the building, Keith's home, was built over, well, you know, settlements of people who have passed away and maybe still be here. And of course that's led to something quite unique. Don going out downstairs underneath the house of all things, and in fact I was a bit concerned earlier on because we kind of lost him for about 20 minutes, and you know, we could hear him puffing and panting under the floorboard. We lost track of him. Nevertheless though, he popped his head up, you know, absolutely flabbergasted. He said he's got these recordings, and I thought, well, okay, let's listen to them, you know. And I went over there and we put them on, and you know, I've never heard anything like it. They were as if they were there just talking to him. Interestingly, all Irish accents, many of them are so clear. I'm just gobsmacked.
And I've done a little bit of research since we heard those voices. And it come to find out, the Irish settled in Washington State in the mid to late 1800s. They prospered very well here in Western Washington. They were bankers and farmers and newspaper publishers, and they were middle class to the very wealthy here. And they didn't have to face this discrimination that they did in their country. They had freedom of religion here, and we still have a very large population of Irish descendants, from people from Irish descendants here.
People come over here, you know, Native Americans or shamans, and he was saying that this at one time was, you know, it was tribal land, and you have to ask him. He's saying that they found out some interesting stuff about this area. So
when they did the research, there's
Yeah,
a
he did
lot
the
about the
research.
native.
yeah, and who knows? I mean, that could be part of it.
Yeah.
This is only day 3 out of day 5.
It's terrible outside. Is any Irish gentlemen or ladies here? Thank you. Okay guys, can you please confirm for me the bottle case we've just done, that there is nothing negative and nothing there to harm or the intent of harming Keith Linder now? Thank you. I confirm. Absolutely fantastic.
Hello.
Okay, let's cut to the chase. There is an argument among the skeptic community. If you play a recording to 1,000 people, they will all tell you there's something different. You tell me if that argument would stand up with those recordings. Can you confirm there is nothing here to harm or wants to harm Keith Linder? I confirm. That is speech. Let's not make any qualms about it. That's not open to interpretation. That is speech. Who are you? That's when I was under the crawl space and I felt an energy. And I put the recorder on. And a guy said, who are you? I'm in a crawl space under Keith Linder's house. A skeptic would argue there's an alternative explanation. Do you know what? Again, in a friendly manner, if there's any skeptics watching tonight who want to give me an alternative explanation, you're quite welcome to call in, come on the show. We can have a very nice, pleasant, grown-up chat. Keith Linder's home was haunted. That is not normal things to occur within anybody's house under normal circumstances. These were not normal circumstances. What do you think? Get your answers in, get your questions in. Let's have a quick look at the comments. And then I've got to call Paddy because he's just tried to call me. Komikino, unfortunately, I took Ghost Adventure's opinion of Keith's place a bit much to heart. I'm going to address that when I come back. Let me just see if I can get hold of Paddy because it's very important. Bless her heart. I will come on when you want me. Just give me a heads up. Do you know what? And Paddy in that clip talking about the Irish people, I had no idea. I was filming my future wife. Just how batshit weird is life? How crazy is it? Seriously. You know? Before we get to what's his name? Komikino, or whatever, your point, and we address the other points. Let me just tell you guys what happened. In fact, let me just call the wife. In fact, I need to send her a link. Actually, let me just send her this link to get her on the show because, guys, let me just do this. Right, hang on. Just bear with me for a second. Let me go to here, and then we should be able to get Paddy on whenever she's ready. Technical gremlins aside, obviously. Right, let's have a look. That's the wrong Patty. I don't want to bring her on. She might think I'm weird or something. Hi, do you want to go on my show? Yeah, okay, secret. Right, okay. Let me just do this. Oh, misspelled that. Oh, no, you know what I mean. That should bring Patty into the green room and we can go from there. Right, where was we? Komikino. Yeah, I can do that now, but do you know what? I got to confess, because of we was late starting, I've got, what have we got left? I've got about this much left, but I've got another bottle. That could be dangerous. Right. Unfortunately, I took Ghost Adventure's opinion of Keith's place a bit much to heart. Right. Let's draw a line under this. Ghost Adventures and Zach is a TV show. The agenda is making as much money as possible. In my personal opinion, Zach won't like this, but Zach is not a professional investigative researcher. He is a ghost hunter, and he does not understand, and that is not a disrespect thing, it sounds like it. He does not understand these guys like I do. He has not got the relationship or the skills that I have with these guys during investigative procedure. That's not having a dig or a pop. That is a fact. Zach went to Keith's. You know what? I always say, each to their own. I stand by that. Fine. Entertainment, whatever, money, make lots, drive, whatever, you know, sports cars, etc. Fantastic. You're doing well. You know what, Zach, good of you. Good on you. Fantastic. Because you know what? You got to do the best you can in this world. But Zach and his team was there for 5 hours at Keith Linder's with all the latest contraptions and gadgetry and everything else. They got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even a whisper. Based on that, there's nothing here. Keith's an attention seeker, and Keith got a lot of shit for that because this went out on TV everywhere. Everywhere. Let me tell you, Keith Linder is a really, really, really nice guy. He's a professional gentleman. He works in IT. He makes a lot of money. He's got a nice lifestyle. He's even got a goddamn boat or a yacht. He had a nice home. Keith wanted help. The problem is Keith went to the wrong corner to try and find that help. How, and this is in relation to everybody else, how can you possibly go into a place, get nothing for 5 hours, and on that basis start saying somebody is an attention seeker and there's nothing here, there's nothing going on and everything else? You can't do that because you know what? Paranormal phenomena is elusive. Ask the thousands of teams out there that will go out for hours every weekend, 12 hours, 20 hours on investigation, and they just get one or two little EVPs, and some of them are open to interpretation as well. You cannot go into a place for 5 hours and say there's nothing here. I'm fortunate, and this is not me blowing my own trumpet, but I can go to any place, anywhere, anytime that's genuinely haunted, and within 10 minutes I can get a shitload of stuff. You know, that's me. That's to do with me, my attributes, my communications, and everything that's going on with me and the guys, which I'm not going to go into too heavily. But what I'm saying, in my opinion, Zach might be a nice guy. You know what? I don't know him personally, so I can't say either way. I've read things good and bad. But at the end of the day, forget the TV show. Keith Linder was a client. And what have I always said about clients? You put the client above everything. In my personal opinion, I think the whole thing was unprofessional. I've been on client cases that have been genuinely haunted, got a shitload of stuff, and you know, some people, it's human nature, they embellish things to make it even more. You know, people do that. But I've never gone public and said, yeah, this happened, but you know what? They also bullshitted about this. One or two things was happening. Either Zach went into Keith's at an inopportune moment where the energy was that flat, nothing was going to happen anyway. Or their spirits didn't like him. Because you know what? Let's not forget, you don't make the rules. These guys make the rules. It's their gig. It's their deal. They decide what they show you. They decide what they present. They decide what evidence you're going to get. And I've said this many times before. A big part of being successful is being the kind of person that you are. These guys do not want to be treated as entertainment. These guys are important. These are higher beings with more knowledge than you, me, and anybody else in this world. Because you know what? They've been there. They've done it. They've passed over. They got the goddamn t-shirt and they're flying the flag. They know everything about it. So somebody comes in, I'm not talking about you, Zach, in case you're probably going to watch this. Egotistical. The big I am, giving it the big boots. Do you know what? They're just going to roll their eyes and go, yeah, whatever. Yeah, no. You treat these guys with respect, and I mean respect. I will back their corner against anybody on this goddamn planet. Like I said, you know what? Get in the ring with me. That's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. And yeah, do you know what? I've got one on me right now because... Okay. Right. Jump into comments very quickly before I carry on. Comikino. It was when I saw the local news coverage of Keith's place showing you and Steve there that got me back into the mystery of his place. Yeah. Because you know what? The place was a mystery. But why Keith's house? George, why not? It could have been any house. Why not Keith's house? One thing that was quite interesting, me and Steve, it's not a case of just gathering evidence and talking to the client. We dig deep. We leave no stone unturned. And the condition of going to Keith's was, Keith, we find anything dodgy, we're going to put it out publicly, exposure. And you know what? We interviewed Keith over, several times, probably over a month or more before Steve or even I decided to take the case. And then it wasn't even our decision, because you know what I did? Like any other case, I said, Becky, do we go to America and do we do this case? And this is literally the kicker. It was up to Becky. And she said yes. Becky chose the case, and Steve was relying on me to speak to Becky. Steve employed me because of who I am and what I do. And Steve knew that if there was anything there, I would pull it out pretty quick because, as Steve and other people have said, Don is a catalyst. He draws everything out. Yeah, do you know what? Because I'm a nice guy. No, not just that. There's lots of things in play. But what I'm saying genuinely is, if there's a genuinely haunted place and I'm in it, you will know within 10 minutes how haunted that place is. At this point, I'd like to ask, is there any skeptics, unbelievers, disbelievers? Want to put a question? Pop on. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I've just spotted a pretty good looking girl in the green room down there. Yeah. I'm going to keep her waiting for 2 more minutes. Fantastic. What a trooper. Paddy has been up and down like a goddamn yo-yo, a roller coaster, this COVID thing. She's crying to pieces, then she's okay, and she's there. There she is, because that's my girl. She's absolutely an amazing woman. I couldn't have found a better woman, I swear to God. I really couldn't. Right, let's just have a look. Oh, Komikino, Keith was my neighbour. Do you know what? Mr. Komikino, do you want to call in? I'd like to speak to you. The number's on the screen. It's on Skype. Give me a call. I would like to speak to you. That's interesting. George, just like a lawyer, counsellor, or other professional, those needing help are the client and they come first. The Ghost Adventure Entertainment is client and money is endgame. I would agree with that. Patty, I'm here. George, hi, Patty. Hi, George. Athena, Patty, lots of love hearts. Hello, Patty. Don, you Casanova, you. You know what, George? I was born in Casanova. Okay, so, I would like to play a drum roll effect, but I haven't got one right now. So I'm going to do this instead. There we go. Hi, darling.
Hi, everyone.
I'm sure lots of people are happy to see Patty.
Oh.
I've been honest. I've explained that you're up and down like a goddamn roller coaster right now. This
yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I got the cat off the table. She wanted to see you, so she was looking in the screen, and then she went for my wine and my glasses. That I think I scared her enough to get off the table. So.
I have a Skype call. Hold on. Hello? Oh.
Sorry. Called right when she called in.
That's all right. Who is it?
Yeah, this is Rich. I called Kino.
Oh, Rich.
Rich.
As in the Rich that we met at Keith's.
Yes.
Yeah. That's me.
Oh, it's you. Well, I was really curious. What this neighbour?
Well, he put it up on the messaging thing, and you just didn't see it.
Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's me. Yeah.
Do you know what, Rich? I want to see if I can put you on Bluetooth because. Hold on, just bear me a second. In fact, hang on.
Yeah, I turned the volume down on the show.
Oh, it's all right. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you right up here. All right, I'm on my road mic and it's chewing through batteries. And you know what? It's on red already. That means the sound might go. Rich.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, guys. If I disappear on the sound, let me know. This road mic eats batteries like I eat pizza. I'm serious.
Oh, that's bad.
It is bad. So, Rich,
Uh-huh.
you've called into the show because I asked you to. You are a neighbour with Keith. So, okay, go for it. What do you got to tell me? I mean, obviously, when this all kicked off initially, you saw the Ghost Adventures thing. And so what was your actual opinion from there before you actually met Keith?
Yeah, well, one thing is when I was watching the show, I think it was like the way it was presented where it kind of just seemed like it was anti-Keith. So
Yes.
that and also the kind of like the lack of evidence. Now, one thing about the lack of evidence is that, I've done investigations too, kind of like what you said earlier, where people can go out and do an investigation and not get anything.
Yes.
I've had quite a few investigations where that's happened. So I should have kind of taken that more to heart, like, okay, they didn't get anything because, my daughter and I were here watching them set up, and we knew when they got there, when they got set up, and unfortunately I didn't know when they left, but from what Keith was saying, they were only there 4 or 5 hours. That's a short amount of time, considering the amount of time Keith had been there and experienced everything that he did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was just also like the show, the way it was laid out, the way they just kind of put things together, and we didn't get anything, so he's got to be lying.
Yeah, because
if they would have said, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if they would have said something like, hey, we were there, we didn't get anything, but that doesn't mean there's
exactly
nothing there,
Okay.
If they would have presented it more professional, I guess, like that,
Exactly.
then it would have been better. But since, kind of a big fan of the show at the time, and when they were like, they kind of threw him under the carpet, threw him under the bus, and I kind of went along with that, like, wow, I can't believe that guy was lying about this.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that because Keith is a cool guy.
Keith, people don't know Keith personally like we do. Keith is a really nice guy, is he not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's a pretty cool guy, pretty generous too. Really good personality. I've hung out with him a few times after I did a couple of the investigations I did there, and kind of just hanging out with him. He would invite me along with him and his friends. And it's just it's really cool that he's just like, hey, yeah, come along and join us and do this and that. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So really cool, generous guy, as I said.
The thing is this, Rich. This is the thing. Keith took a big chance. He wasn't just Ghost Adventures. He had other people around his house, other investigative teams. Okay. He came to the UK. He reached out to the UK to Steve and Scientific Establishment of Parapsychology because his reputation was in ruins. He was getting shit. It was causing problems with him and Tina with their relationship, with the stress and everything after that actually aired. Our condition was, as many people know, I've said this a million times, I'll say it one more time, we will come out. If we find anything dodgy, we will put it out publicly because that's what we do. Keith knew that. Why would Keith want to embellish everything, make stuff up, then get us to come out to find absolutely nothing and say, yeah, we found nothing as well? Can you imagine?
Yeah, especially like, okay, so Ghost Adventures were out there for what you said, like 5-ish hours or so.
Apparently, that's what I understand.
All of that.
Yeah.
And then he invites. It was Carissa's group. I hope I said her name right, Carissa.
Yeah.
Her and her crew. And when he had on TV talking about you and Steve staying out there for days, because I was thinking like with Nick Groff, with his show, he'll at least spend the night and stay there for like days on end.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, okay, well, if this place is so haunted, why isn't that going on?
Okay.
And then when I was watching TV, you were doing it. And I was like, oh, wow, really? No, and these guys are coming over from the UK?
5,000 miles.
Okay. So there's something.
Let me tell you something, Rich.
Going on.
Let me.
That's when I started getting back in contact with him about it. And he was like, yeah, grab your gear, come on over. Steve and Don are gone, but let's see what you can get. Carissa's here. Come on over. You guys team up.
Let me tell you something. We had no reason to back Keith up if it was fake. We didn't get paid a cent for doing that investigation. Okay.
Yeah.
Keith, this is important. Hold on. This is the important thing. Keith paid for our flights. Okay. So why would Keith pay for our flights for us to come over to confirm there was nothing going on? Them flights are not cheap.
Like a big waste of time if, like, hey, I'm going to pay these guys to come over
and if they find nothing, you know what? I'm really in the crap now because they're confirming what Ghost Adventures confirmed that there's nothing going on. And if they're here for a week, wow, who's going to argue with that? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
yeah, carry on.
Yeah, and even like when I was out there, I got some pretty good EVP evidence and stuff out of the place too. So
yeah.
It's there was stuff going on there.
The whole thing.
And I've had a couple weird things happen here at my house too.
Okay.
But just small beans, and I can talk to you later about that. So,
okay, we can do that, Rich. We can do that. So anyway, do you know what? I'm going to address some of the comments that was left, negative comments by people shortly. And do you know what? I would invite any of them people to come on the show and talk to me, and we can be grown-ups and we can talk about it. But the problem with this is keyboard warriors do not want to do that. They just want to, there's no accountability. They just want to put their shit out there and just attack people and everything else, even though they wasn't even there. Me and Steve, we've worked hard for a lot of years to attain a certain reputation. Do you think we would put that in jeopardy? Do you think we will be tricked with little speakers everywhere? Like somebody suggested, there's little speakers all over the place, mate, or your condom. Do you think we're that stupid?
I know. It's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, seriously. Come on. As regards Keith's 666s, the Bible's catching fire and everything else, I'm going to address that too in this show. Because, this is the show. I want to set the record straight. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's get straight to the heart of the haunting of Keith Linder's house. Let's talk about him and Tina. Let's do the whole thing and get this sorted. And you know what? If anyone then has got a problem with Keith, fine. Direct them to this link of this live show and just maybe they might think a little bit. Okay? Rich, we will speak soon, my friend. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Hey, thanks for being there.
Take care for now.
Chat with you later.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that was Rich. We met briefly when we was at Keith's. Really, really nice guy. Obviously, he'd done some investigative work himself, and again, he got some things. And the important thing about the whole Keith case is independent people getting stuff. Now, there was a clip that was put out on Fox with Clarissa, and it wasn't on camera. It just showed a hallway. You couldn't see the actual doll that made the little noise.
It was Carissa and Nikki.
Paranormal. And Fox said, listen to this little child. Like, ee. What I noticed in that, Paddy, is they didn't actually say that was a child doll. It kind of insinuated it was a child's voice, and it really was not.
No,
now,
it was not.
Evidential point of view, to me, I would scrap that. It is absolutely worthless because there was no camera on the doll at the time. We couldn't see what was going on. I know they said there was nobody in the house at the time. Again, that's what's been said. But unless you can actually validate that and prove that, just a sound coming from one of them child's toy things that goes kiki, it doesn't mean a thing.
I hate those things anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Rich. Really, really nice guy. Oh yeah, calling now. Yeah, you've done that. Hello, Patty. Glenn says hello, Patty.
Hi, Glenn.
Bronze Snake. Hello, sir. Now, Bronze, do you know what? This dude, when he commented on YouTube, they are like, it's like, yeah, that's Bronze. It's like this big, and I'm not even exaggerating. Absolutely fantastic, interesting guy. Maybe if you offers to come to Canada under certain circumstances, which we won't go into right now. Good to see you, Bronze. George, not seeing important things is why Don needs a tech helper. I don't need a tech helper, George. I just need things that don't eat batteries.
Well, just ask Dylan, my son, your stepson.
I don't need a tech helper. I just need batteries to work. George, I've seen groups not getting anything too. Yeah, the Bronze. Nick Groff came out after years of silence and said Zach got his show and Dakota's show both cancelled by threatening to leave the network unless they dumped both those shows. Yeah, okay. Hey, I resemble that remark. Okay, Bond. Yeah, you really do resemble that remark. Yeah, great guy. Okay, so I'm going to jump into more clips in a minute. But like I said, in my personal opinion, Zach, the whole thing, totally unprofessional. Totally. Because Keith was a client. You simply do not treat clients that way. If you find them to be faking stuff, hey, you know what? I ain't got a problem. Call it. Because it's all about the truth. In the meantime, before we jump back into this, Paddy?
Yes.
Everybody's happy to see you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Did you see the little clip I played right at the beginning where you're talking about the Irish people?
Oh my gosh, that was so many years ago.
It didn't even look like you, did it?
No.
You get more beautiful as you get older. You do. I swear to God. You're beautiful, baby.
Yeah.
Everyone's going,
yeah. Well,
get a room. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, that's debatable right now.
Well, you know what? You are my perfect. I don't give a shit what people think. You are
He's
my
the
perfect.
sweetest guy.
And like I said, you know what? I had no idea when I was filming you that I was filming my future wife. Oh my God.
You didn't, but I did.
Yeah, I think you stalked me. You stalked me. You stalked me. You thought,
He always says that.
Yeah, I do, because I believe that. I was a total innocent in all this. You stalked me. You really did. You cast your net. You're like, I'm going to get that guy. Come on, you can admit it. No one will judge you. Okay.
Please.
Anyway, just a little bit of information for people. How the Don and Paddy thing started. Patty first came across Don Phillips when she was in Italy. She was watching YouTube and Don Phillips popped up. And
I was living there, didn't have much to do.
With your husband?
With my now, well, we were...
Ex-husband, sorry.
Well, he's my ex-husband now, but we were...
And she said, you watched this video, and she said, oh, this guy's a little bit different. And her daughter went, wow, Mum, he's pretty hot. Yeah, that was a few years ago, I know, but still, And then, obviously, we've got the Keith thing. You was on Facebook.
And I didn't think, I was just like, didn't think, I didn't, hot or not, I didn't think that way. At that point. You
could not resist his charismatic charm.
I just thought, hey, you know what? This guy is different from every other paranormal thing show I have ever seen. And the whole thing is it popped up on YouTube one day. You popped up one of your shows with your team at that point. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. I was like, wow. And that's when I sent it to my daughter and said, watch this guy.
You went to your daughter, I'm going to marry him one day, didn't you?
No, I did not. And so we started a conversation on YouTube. On one of your
when I was
videos.
going to Keith, when he reached out to Steve Mera.
No. This is way before that. I asked you some questions, like, and but then you added me to Facebook.
I did.
Yes,
Actually, you're blushing, George. That's funny. Yeah, carry on.
You added me to Facebook, and then you said, yeah, we're going, me and Steve are going to Washington. And I said, which Washington, DC or state? You're like,
I don't know. Because I had no idea.
I know, but then you were trying to be real secretive about it. And I'm just like, it was kind of making me mad. I was like, well, and so then I found out that it was Washington State. I said, well, where? And you said, Bothell. And I went, that's 5 miles down the road from my house. And his house was actually 5 miles down the road. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'll pick you up at the airport. Because you guys were going to take a taxi from
You said, can I pick you up from the airport to save you an Uber? Because it will cost you a lot of money. And would you have a coffee with me and my daughter?
Yeah.
You remember?
And then my daughter couldn't come.
Paddy, that is very nice of you. I will accept that offer. Yes, thank you. Obviously, your daughter couldn't make it. Got to the airport. It all went kind of a little bit, and I found this very lone figure in this pretty empty airport park, just like this, looking at the phone, and I walked up and went, Paddy! You went, Don! And John, we hit it off straight away.
Well, it's like I had known you for my whole life. That's how it felt. And so we were such good friends after that for years.
Yeah, and do you know what? Guys, I know you don't want the old romance thing, but I just got to tell you. So we hit it off. And I don't mean in a love you way or anything. We were just loved each other's company. We were just chatting and talking shit all the time and everything. And we did the Keith case. 2 years I didn't see Paddy. We didn't see each other. And we wasn't planning on being a thing.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, we wasn't planning on being a thing, but we stayed in contact because we enjoyed each other's company and we used to talk. And I was a hostel manager, and I used to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. We used to Skype for 2 years. I didn't see Paddy. Then Keith rang and, can you come back? So we went back, and again, we wasn't a thing, was we? But you know what? Somewhere along the line, and it's very, very murky. I don't even know what happened, but somehow it's 2023, and I'm married to this wonderful woman. I mean, come on.
Well, you helped me get through a lot of stuff. I lost my grandchild to SIDS.
I know.
And you were my best friend. And then, and then I went through a divorce at the same time. And you were
we still wasn't a thing. We were just talking.
No, we were like best friends.
Yeah, we was.
Yeah, but
and just I didn't even know where it happened, but along the lines, it happened. I got an amazing woman as a wife. I'm really happy right now, and
I got the best guy in the world. Plus, I got Becky too. She's one of my besties.
Yeah, people will never understand the relationship fully.
No.
Of me and Becky.
No.
And you and Becky, because you are part of the whole thing now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome.
Anyway, okay, shall we get back to the show and finish the love thing and just
let's just keep going.
Let's just do that. But all I'm saying is, the short version is, life is very unpredictable and very weird. At the time when I was shooting her for that, talking about the Irish and everything at Keith's. I got to say, you dropped us off at Keith, me and Steve, and you went, okay, give me a call when you want to go back. And I said,
because I was going to go home.
Where are you going? No. You can at least come in and get a coffee.
I was like, but I don't know Keith, and Keith doesn't know me, and I just can't go inside.
Yeah, I just turned up at this random guy's house and invited you in for a coffee. Yeah.
I know, and I walked in, and I'll have to say this, okay?
Okay.
When I walked in, because I've never felt things or anything, but from that moment, you walked in front of me, and you said, there's a lot of guys here.
Yeah, I literally walked in the door and I knew it was on.
Spirit with pressure, and different ways. And it was the first time I was like, "Whoa!" It was like, "What's that?" Yeah. And so I was very intrigued at that point. And
let me tell you.
And there were times when Keith was like, "Okay, can you stay home today?" Because
Paddy was there every day. She went home at night and she came back next morning. She was there for the whole investigation.
Oh my God, because it was my first. I've never been on an investigation. I'd never done anything like this.
We're going to talk about your introductions, Don Phillips, at Keith's, and your personal experiences in a little while, because that's important as well. You experienced something at Keith's. We're going to talk about that in a little while. Okay. But getting back to what we were saying about Zach, Keith, 5 hours, nothing happened. He's basically attention seeking and everything. So I'm very, very fortunate because of who I am and my attributes. I can relate to the fact that you can get to a place and nothing's going to happen. Can you remember Brookdale Lodge? I got there the first night. Everyone was excited. I took one step out of the vehicle. And I said, guys, nothing's going to happen tonight. That is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I was in Zach's team at the time. I'd have gone into Keith and said, nothing's going to happen tonight. Not because Keith's telling lies, but because nothing's going to happen.
Right.
I'm very fortunate that I can do that. instantly I know if something's going to happen or not before I even start. That's one of the reasons I'm really successful at what I do. Other people don't have that opportunity. So what I'm saying is, Zach got there. If I'd have been there, I'd have walked in and probably gone, yeah, nothing's going to happen tonight. That's no reflection on Keith. That is a reflection. That is just literally the circumstances, the environmental conditions, and everything else. Zach hasn't got that attribute.
No.
So therefore, he gets there, nothing happens. Keith's faking it. It's bullshit. Okay. Right, darling, let me jump into some of these comments, and then I think we should play another clip. Oh my God, you see the first 15 minutes? It was a disaster.
I know, totally.
The battery went in.
It was a disaster for the first 5.
Oh my goodness me. Okay, let me have a look. George said you're blushing. Of course she's blushing. That's what I do to her. George, Don, you're an investigator too, besides a Casanova. Yeah, I was born one of them, but you know what? I got my girl, so that's all that matters. By the way, Patty, take Don to Skagit Valley.
Oh, Skagit Valley Tulip Festival. That is the best. That is the most beautiful place. I actually did. Okay. I sang there.
Let's welcome Archangel Reeves.
It was great.
Can't remember, but I watched one of Don's investigations where he started walking backwards in a specific area of a haunted mansion. Haunted mansion. That could have been Tuttle Mansion, or that could have been the other mansion in the UK, which was, I can't even remember now because I've had too much wine. I'm just being honest, guys. Okay, so let me jump into another clip. Now, let's see what we've got here. I've not even had a chance to put these in order, you know. So there's that. Any questions, guys? You want to call in? Just do it. Believers, non-believers, you're all welcome. Oh yeah, Steve. Okay, so when I investigate a place, I like to be pretty thorough. And we went to see Father Roy, who said that according to his research, Keith's house was built on an ancient American burial ground. So I thought, go figure, let's get as close to that source as we can. So I went in the crawl space, much to the amusement of Steve and everybody else. So this is a clip where I went into the with Steve. Steve was getting a little bit panicky. It's like, where's Don gone? Okay, so I'm going to play that one very quickly now.
You know, I can hear Don. I can hear Don under the floor somewhere. I have no idea where he is. I can hear him though. Talking. Where the hell is he?
Okay, so then there's the second clip.
Yeah, Don. Yeah, are you okay? I've been wondering where you've been. Been gone down there for quite some time now.
Yeah, I'm coming up here. I've just seen movement.
Say that again, Roger. You just seen movement, are you saying?
Seen movement at the far end where I came in. I've left my mobile phone. I can see my mobile phone on quite clearly from here. I've just seen something appear to pass the screen of that mobile phone.
That's really good. That's really good, mate. Do you know actually whereabouts you are under the floor? A very large area, over.
Just bear with me. Can you just tap on the floor where you are?
Just tap. Yeah, Roger. I'll just tap on the floor where I am.
Okay, I must be still some way from you. I've crawled maybe probably about 8. Hold on. I've probably crawled about 60 metres up to now.
60 metres? Blimey. No wonder I couldn't, I could hear you. I could hear you talking, but I couldn't work out where where you were coming from. The area that you're covering is very, very large.
Yeah, I think what it might do, I think it might extend. I mean, it's absolutely huge. I think it might extend to the neighbour.
Roger that, roger that. Well, just be careful, Don. Make sure that you know your route back, okay, over?
Yeah, no problem. I'm coming heading back in about 2 minutes, okay?
Okay, pal, over now.
He didn't know where I was. You know, it's like I disappeared.
Hold on a minute. Was this when you were under the house?
Yes,
Or
I crawled under the house in the.
Because I've never seen that clip.
Oh yeah, well this is stuff that wasn't in the actual thing.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
Just
like
curious.
I said, if there's an ancient American burial ground under Keith, like Father Roy had said, according to his research, I was to get as close to the source as I could. And that's when I felt an energy. I thought I saw something move. I got the light on my cell phone. And then that guy went, "Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?" Which I played earlier. Now, you know what? Skeptic or believer, this is the question. If a guy says, "Who are you?" in plain American English or Irish, and there's no explanation that you can think of other than what I'm claiming, then according to Occam's razor, what I'm claiming has got to be the correct answer. I'm sure there wasn't a guy hiding in the dark under Keith.
No.
Who are you? You know, I find it fascinating and sad and incredible that people still will not accept the evidence.
I know. Well, what I was going to say is right behind Keith's house is a dry creek bed. It used to have water in it. It used to be a place where a certain tribe, they no longer exist. They got polio or something from the white man.
Yeah.
And anyway, but they had long houses around.
That's right.
Keith's house in Bothell. They were everywhere. And so they, the white men were the Irish settlers that came. And people ask, why do you talk about the Irish settlers? Well, there are some stuff we got on the recorder that had the accent.
Yeah, I played that earlier. Actually, I played them. I'll play them again shortly.
And so that's when I did the research about the Irish. But then later we did the research about the Native Americans that were there. And so
hold on. This is the thing. I got Irish replies before I knew anything or Steve knew anything about Irish settlers. We didn't know anything about that. That is the last thing we would expect to hear. Irish people. I'm expecting goddamn Americans. Irish people. Then we did the research, which backed up.
What do you think American was back then?
Do you know, hey, do you know what? Give me a goddamn break, girl. I'm from the UK. It's a little island. It is 40 times smaller than America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right about that.
Figure out my American I'm still trying to figure out my American geography, so just goddamn give me a break. All right. Seriously. Okay, let me just jump into the comments.
Okay.
Right. Let me see what we got here. George, great Paddy. Great to know you sang at the festival. George, you know the half of it. Paddy was a professional singer. She sang with, or was it Bob Hope or something?
Bob Hope, just a lot of jazz. Great, but it wasn't just me. It was my group. Yeah.
I know that, but what a girl. Seriously. Archangel Reese, why does the entity feed on human misery? You know what? Reese, you're welcome to call in. This is a misconception.
Yes.
Entities do not feed on human misery. Period. Yeah. If you want to explain that, call in. I will explain it all. That is a common misconception. Okay. Right, George, 60 meters, 180 feet or so. That's a long way. Yeah, do you know what, George? And the worst part of that is I was calling through because it's got like plastic sheeting on the floor and the water went in. What you didn't see is my legs were soaking wet in water. You know.
It was kind of funny
Yeah, well, you would say that.
when you came up out of it. It's like, oh, I think you need to change your pants.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's not tell everybody I got cream pants on at the time. Let's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so when me and Steve went on this case to investigate, you know, when we investigate, we take the client's opinions into account, their opinions. They don't know what's happening, so they form conclusions and opinions to the best of their ability. So we take that on board. We listen to the stories, but we do not, as I said before, let it affect the investigation because it's to do with factual information and facts we can prove it. Nothing else is relevant. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Oh, hang on a second, George. Lol, funny, visual is funny too. Okay. Right, so let me see. So we went the whole hog on this goddamn investigation because we was there to do a job. So we did a job. Okay, little clip here, very little clip.
Good afternoon, City of Bothell.
Good afternoon. I'm after some information. Wondered if you could help me. I'm looking for some information on the property records and some land history. Ghost Adventure didn't do that. Zach didn't do that.
No.
If you're going to investigate. You dig deep. You know, we spoke to Father Roy, did the exorcism and his research. We contacted the land registry people, and what we found was quite interesting. Keith was the only property out of the whole estate that had been built over a previous property, which had lots of weird stuff and, you know, you remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was built. There was a cabin there.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. In them bygone days, it was all woods before the estate was there, and Keith's current ex-place was literally a huge, massive cabin in the woods on this American tribal ground.
I mean, that house is a, you know, they scrubbed all that, cut down the trees and built these.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
homes.
literally, and I'm talking literally, Keith's place was built directly on top of an old cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
From yesteryear, the only place that was.
And there was a man. He actually was the mayor. And he owned all of that property.
He did, and he had lots of weird shit going on, and went to court.
He wasn't the best mayor.
I think he got put in prison in the end, or jail, or something. Yeah, there was lots of strange things going on. Okay, so the other thing that was pretty interesting. Now, me and Steve might differ on opinion to this because I did a little experiment, which is probably unbeknown to Steve. We had the ghost meter, and Keith was putting an activity in his bedroom. Steve put the meter on there. Let me just show you what it was reading. Pretty interesting, huh?
I remember that.
But I crawled under the bed, and what observed was the areas where the ghost meter was actually going way off. And you know what? It may be something to do with it, it may not. This is just an observation. Is where there was actually metal posts the other side of them, that
Right.
wooden bed frame. So
Right.
to me, that 50-50, totally on the fence with that one. I'm not going to say that was anything strange or paranormal phenomena, because literally of the metal
Right.
frame running down adjacent with the wooden posts.
Very sensitive, very high sensitive vibration detectors, which I'm going to be placed, one just here and one on the bed frame as well, because of reported vibrations. I'm going to leave them as they are, as you can see. I'm going to shut the door and I'll seal it off. Okay?
We did shut the door, we did seal it off. Steve put tape down there, and within a few minutes, them vibration sensors were going absolutely batshit crazy. Now, there is a thing where people say, yeah, but you know what, anything could have caused it off. They caused it. They are vibration sensors. They're far more susceptible to vibration than we would feel. Okay, is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
There's a but.
But
There's a but on this. When we took the tape off the room, which was sealed, and we went inside, what do you think we found? Before I mention that, I'm going to play that clip one more time, because this...
Hold on, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Can you hear Dylan?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, I need people to watch this clip again and look at where these vibration sensor detectors were placed.
Very sensitive, very high sensitive vibration detectors, which I'm going to be placed, one just here and one on the bed frame as well, because of reported vibrations. I'm going to leave them as they are, as you can see. I'm going to shut the door and I'll seal it off.
Okay, I'll end it there. You'll notice that they're a good 2-3 inches into the bed thing. They're not teetering on the edge like this. They went off. We went in. This is actually in the documentary. I'm not going to play the whole goddamn documentary on here tonight. They was on the floor. When we went in that room, they was on the floor. Now, do you know
Yeah,
what?
they were on the floor.
I'm not being funny, but in my mind, it would take an earth tremor to shift something 3 inches from where it is, and it's not a slippery surface, it's on bed covers onto the floor. And they wasn't just on the floor, they was that far away. That was
Correct.
important. Okay. Right, so I'm going to go jump to the comments in a minute. Guys, do you know what? This is live. This is real. This is Don. Don needs a pee break right now. So I'm going to go and leave you and Paddy to host the rest of the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the show.
No,
No, babe, you can do it.
no,
Say hello, George.
No, I gotta go do something. Oh, seriously? Don't you dare.
I did it already.
No, you did not. Turn me off,
No,
too.
I did. Listen, I got to go.
Turn me off. I'm going to turn myself off. Can I do this? Oh, my flipping God. He's coming in. Hello? Sophia, what do you think? I read your lips, Paddy. Got this. Oh, so I'm still on? Oh, okay. I don't know how to host a show. I can host a show with another person. Come on, give me some questions about Keith. I can tell you about that. Can you hear me? I read your lips. Oh, come on. Oh, Athena. Hi, Athena.
Hey, Paddy.
Hi. Am I on? Oh,
You are on. We're going to talk about how you felt into this show and what it was like when you first went into Keith's house. That was your first experience with kind of all of this.
oh yes. You know what? I could kill him right now.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You love me too much. Who's that?
It's Athena, of course.
Oh, hi,
She's my
Athena.
friend.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want, Pipsqueak?
My first experience, oh my God. The biggest experience, but I have to wait when Dawn's back on, is when Dawn and Steve left.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that when I get back on the show.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sophia's trying to wear a mask.
That was a
How's she doing? Look at this dog.
what?
She's
He
just,
cut her. He like
what is wrong with
he
you?
bought a dog clipper.
What is wrong with this
And
dog?
Look at her though. Look at her paw. What's wrong with her paw? I need a veterinarian to tell me. Wait. She licks herself.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
what
yeah,
she
but you
did
know
with
what?
her
This is a
paw.
supernatural files. We're not doing dog paws right now. Right, Sophia, take your mask and do one. Right, I've got to
Yeah.
get back on. Just
Okay. Well, I have to take a break a minute.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to be back on. Just give me 30 seconds
But
to get there.
but I have to go pee.
Just give me 30
And
seconds
I
to
gotta
get
go
back.
outside for a minute.
Give me 30 seconds to get back.
And no, I'm just gonna. Okay, I don't think they can hear you, Athena. So I'm gonna. Anyway, hi guys. I seriously, I'm gonna kill him when this show's over. Thank you. Oh, I have a great place to hide it. You always have to have that.
There we go. By the wonders of technology, you can go for a pee break. Go away then.
Okay,
Go.
Athena, I'll talk to you later. Maybe I'll tell you.
Let me just
tomorrow.
hold on. There we go. There's Paddy gone for a pee break too. Fantastic. Oh, right. Okay. So where are we in the comments? Wow, that's a lot of comments. Hold on. Where do I start? SJ playing. Hi and welcome. Where are you from? Let me know where you're coming in from. Where did you find the channel, etc. Okay, Angel Reese. Can we witness more tag team investigations of Don, Steve in coming days? In the coming days, no. Because Steve's in the UK and I'm living in the Seattle area. But, like I said, I'm doing investigation for 2 years because I got married a year ago, been sorting my life out in America, and then we had to go do the immigration thing. So it's been a good 18 months, 2 years since I did actual private or public investigation. Obviously, I've maintained my communications with the guys. As explained previously, it's getting to that time of year now. Communications are going to resume and get really, really good. I've got an investigation in Arizona. I've got a load of TV stuff going out all over America and the UK with the Hollywood production company. We start filming that right at the beginning of summer. That's going to raise a few eyebrows, and you know what? It really needs to, because we need change within the paranormal field, guys. We need change, and you know what? I'm in a good position to bring that change. Me and Becky, after all these years, all this bullshit. Well, it's not bullshit. It's the truth that, you know, paranormal phenomena is not repeatable. It's this, it's that, and everything else. We are the exception to the rule. We are gonna add credibility to the subject, to these guys. We're gonna literally attack and destroy every straw man argument. And as I've said many, many times before, if there's anybody out there with a proper scientific background that wants to come and debunk me or work with me, then I'm totally up for that, because you know what? If it's the truth, you've nothing to fear. And this is not a belief system or structure. This is reality. This is fact. These guys are real. We can prove it scientifically. The only thing we're missing is a real bona fide scientist to step into that arena. And we might be waiting a long time. We have experiments coming up in the coming months that I've actually devised, which will be successful and will challenge scientists and will challenge people's beliefs of what's possible and what's not. But we've done that before. We've done that with the portals. We've done that with the healing. We've done that with lots of stuff. But you know what? Let's get scientific data to challenge everything. Then there's no argument. Absolutely no argument. If this was just my beliefs and a belief structure or a bias, you know what? I'd fall by the wayside pretty quick. But you guys have been following me long enough to know that that is not the case. We can make a difference. We are in that situation, that position to make a difference. And God damn it, we will make a difference. Before I draw my last breath and shed the mortal coil and join the guys, we are going to make a goddamn difference to the whole paranormal field, whether people like it or not. Now, if anybody wants to have a pop, fine, do it directly. Don't be a keyboard warrior and put it on a forum. Just come to me directly with your argument. That's fine. We can be grown-ups. Right. That's that one, George. SJ playing. Okay. Let's see what else we've got down here. You guys are fantastic. I love this. Where are we getting to now? There's a lot of comments dropping in there. Let's have a look. George. Okay, just wait me a second, guys. George, what was the reading height dependent? Can you just elaborate on that a little bit, and I'll be happy to answer that. Okay, Juries, done on both sides. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you mean I kind of... Do you know what? It's hard to explain, and you'll never get it. I literally live between two worlds. Good morning from Newark, not Don. Scott. Good morning, Scott. Scott Clegg. I know Scott. Scott. Well, I don't know him personally, but I know Scott. Good morning. Good morning. Right. Paddy's gone for a pee break. A pee break. I'm going to be in problems soon because, do you know what? Because of everything went wrong earlier. Normally I have my one glass of wine during the Supernatural Files once a week, but I have another bottle which I might just open. So if I get really unprofessional and start slurring or passing out, forgive me. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Scott. All right, let me see what we've got next. Paddy's gone for a pee break. Right, so when I said we investigate the Keith Linder case, we investigate everything. And I mean everything. Steve even looked into the lunar cycles to see if there's any comparison between that and the activity taking place at Keith's. We check everything. So let me just play that clip now for you guys.
It's also taken notes in regards to the type of disturbances and when they had started in 2012 and it continued to 2015. We noted these on graphs as the most significant incidents seem to be taking place around the spring, what you refer to as the spring rise or spring equinox, and also the summer rise, the summer solstice. But there was a number, say 2 or 3 events that did not fall into this pattern. It does not follow predicted path. We also looked into the lunar cycle correlations to check to see if there's an association regarding peak experiences and peak increases. August the 16th, 2012's new moon, April the 16th, 2013's waxing crescent moon, August the 16th, 2013 waxing skipper's moon. Do you know, it doesn't really matter what was happening. There was not a significant lunar cycle at the highest times of phenomena taking place in Keith's home.
Like I say, when we investigate every goddamn thing, every possibility, even things that people would not consider. Well, these comments are pretty. Okay. Right, what we got next? Right, okay, so people being very disrespectful and not very pleasant to Keith on the investigation. Now, if I can find my goddamn phone, oh, here it is. Well, let me cite a couple of these. Right, one such comment was thus: how can they not be ashamed to go on national TV and lie like that? The Ghost Adventures team brought every single piece of equipment they used on every investigation. Oh, hang on, Seymour. Every investigation and found nothing. Yet after they left, Keith nailed some pants to the wall. They gave them every opportunity to tell the truth and yet chose to keep up with the lies. I heard they got into trouble with the police for false police reports. That was from Heather Durbin. First of all, Heather, I don't know where you got your information. Nobody got in trouble with any police for false reports. So when you're talking about lies, that is a specific 100% lie on your part. If you want to call into the show and explain yourself, feel free to do so. We're all grown-ups. Ghost Adventures bought every single piece of equipment they use on every investigation and found nothing. That's the problem. If the equipment doesn't produce anything, there's nothing there. I don't use equipment. I got me. I've got Becky. I've got the guys. My equipment is voice recorders, video camera. That's it. And yet, somehow, Don Phillips is probably the most successful paranormal investigator in the last 50 years, 100 years, or whatever. Because that's to do with the kind of person I am, my relationship with these guys, the understanding of these guys, the respect I give these guys, not having an ego, and not doing it for entertainment purposes to make a shitload of money. You know what? I'm not being disrespectful to anybody, but this all matters. That's one. So, should Heather like to call into the show? Heather, explain yourself. We can have an adult chat. That's absolutely fine. Right. And then M. Dane. To those backing Ghost Adventures crew, you do realise that Zach Baggins, from an entertainment background, right? ? He is an actor. It says so on his own social media pages. Here's another homeowner of the blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not going to read that out because I'm not going to be disrespectful to Zach. I'm just quoting facts here. Okay, I'm going to skip that one because it gets a little bit, Right, Marine Mikita said, what if spirits on the other side are also people and are receiving responses? And receiving responses from them. They are also receiving responses from us. Therefore, think we on this side are also spirits. So that would mean that we and they are just tapping into alternative timeline, and collectively we think we are experiencing a haunting, and either side that we think our spirits are actually just people researching a haunting at the same time. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, that's like the Nicole Kidman movie. Absolutely amazing movie. The Others. That's basically what she's actually saying. I can say without doubt 100% that is not the case. Spirit people are spirit people within the spirit realm. It's not a case of we're all, the spirit thing is a spirit thing, period. Okay, let's just jump into here a second. Athena, do you mention the tribe of the Native Americans? Sorry if I missed that. Oh, Athena, you put me on the spot. They were called the... Oh, my God, you're asking me after a bottle of wine? Are you serious, girl? Paddy, help me out. What was the that Native American tribe? Oh, You know what? I could answer it any other day. Hang on, let's bring her back. Oh, she's back. That was a long pee break, girl. You need to go and see the doctor. Seriously, you
we
really
won't
need
talk
to
about
see the
that.
doctor. That was a pee break. Wow, I'm impressed.
Okay, I had to take care of your cat. She's, I don't know if anyone saw, but her tail was going like this around the.
Where is my cat?
She's outside.
You threw her out? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I threw her out. She was bugging me. She was trying to drink my wine.
Yeah, they say cats are like their owners. I mean, come on. Okay, so
No, but
what was
the
that?
Native American tribe. Let me get into this.
Do that, please.
Okay, I don't remember
Oh,
because
you're useful.
well, because I can find out, but it will take some digging.
Hang on. Waste of time. She can't remember. Okay, we'll come back to Paddy later. I'm only shitting you. No, I'm only joking.
No, because I would have to talk to Keith about that because we found out there were two tribes in that area.
I'm embarrassed. I can't remember who it was now.
And they were small tribes, but they were tribes that fought against each other.
Yes, they were violent. They were
very violent tribes.
Yes,
and the problem is they were small tribes. And then when they got sick, half of them, well, the ones that weren't sick were put into, they put them into the Tulalip Reservation.
That's right.
And some of them went to the Still-Guamish Reservation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's all I know. I forgot the name of the tribe. It's very small tribes, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you know, Scott, the name is totally in there. All the details are in there, but you know, this is a full bottle of wine. I'm not like to eat.
I didn't even know you had another bottle.
I know, that was an accident.
It was an accident.
No, it was. It was an accident.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Because you only have one bottle a week.
Yeah, I know that. But you know,
like
I forgot I'd bought a bottle for the week I didn't do his show, and then I found that bottle and bought another bottle, so which means I got two bottles. I know, and you know, I've got this. I've got this much left of the first bottle.
Just.
Yeah, I know you're worried. I can tell. But you know, guys, I got to say, this stuff, Full Merlot, absolutely fantastic. So that's what it is.
Red wine.
Obviously, I have one bottle a week. Come on, give me a break. Oh, I might have one bottle in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so let me see where we are. Right. Okay. Now I want to talk about the downside of Keith. Why he's being attacked by so many people. Because I think that's important. Important. First of all, we have.
Turn the pages.
The Bible.
Okay, so there was a couple of some of Keith's claims which some people thought were really extreme. First of all, the burning Bible. The pages caught fire, didn't burn anything around the Bible, just the actual pages. So that was that. Then the other thing was, I'm not going to play all these clips. Guys, it's in the documentary on this channel, Demons in Seattle Uncovered. Everything is in there. Everything. So there's no point me playing umber clips. Okay. So the first thing is they claim the Bible caught fire and nothing's around it. You know, that's a big claim. Okay. Then there was the 666, which was sprayed all over the place. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to play a little bit of that now. For people that knew, and let me see if I can do this. What I'm doing that, I'm going to keep talking. 666 sprayed all over Keith's room. I'm just see if I can find this video now. Maybe not. Okay, I'll see if I can find that clip later. In fact, hold on a second. Bear with me, guys. Patty, keep people entertained. Come on, this is your job, girl. Just do it. Smile, look beautiful, look pretty. Talk to Georgia Thin or anybody else. You know, just do that. Just cover me for now. That's what I'm saying. Just cover me.
Okay,
In
don't
fact,
forget. Don't
you
forget
know what?
to.
You know what? You know what? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, I'm on the spot. Hello. I don't want him to forget to do my personal experiences. That's the big thing, because that's why I'm on here. Well, I'm on here for, other reasons too, but So anyway, how does my back?
Okay, you're absolutely rubbish. Let's bring the proper presenter back. You did terrible. You did terrible.
Well, you just like boom.
I know,
If you
but you
had
know
told
what?
me,
That's
you're gonna take over the show for a little, I would have had a whole lot of things to say.
no, you was rubbish. You was rubbish.
I
You
was
was absolutely rubbish. You was
rubbish.
You was
I'm
terrible.
kind of like you.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to throw you a line now. So during case, me and Steve experienced a lot of stuff. We recorded a lot of evidence, real evidence, not fake, real evidence. We told it as it was, but Patty also had an experience of her own, and now.
Wait a minute. I don't know which one you're talking about, because I had several without you guys.
The one
there.
in the bedroom. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
The stage is yours, my darling.
All right. Okay, guys. So they went back to England, and Keith and I were, we're friends by then, right? So I would go over there and occasionally, and to meet with my recorder. And one night, well, this is two things. One night we were sitting there having a glass of wine by his table. He was across from me, and he had this big light, the light that's, and all of a sudden I looked up and I was like, Keith? And he goes, yeah, like he talks. And it was like swinging. It was like, well, that's weird. I got my phone out and I got part of it. But anyway, the big thing that happened to me, which I will never forget in my whole life, because it scared me. And I don't get scared about things like but this scared me because it was physical. Okay. There's a guest room, Keith's room over here. The guest room is next to Keith's room. And that's where I was sleeping, and I had my recorder on. And so I had this all on, I had it recording, and all of a sudden, okay, I went to sleep. I was sleeping fine. All of a sudden, I had it was in the room. If you've seen the documentary, I think it's in there. It's where Don saw it was like a little portal thing. It was like red kind of thing when Steve had that gadget that I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so that was towards my back. And so I was sleeping, and all of a sudden it was like boom in my body, and I could breathe, but I couldn't talk. And Keith, I could hear him snoring next door. And I was trying to get my words out, going, this is what the recorder picked up. But I was going, Keith, Keith, Keith. And I couldn't get my words to go through my voice box, right? And I sat there. It must seem, well, to me, it seemed like forever. I don't know how long it was. I was just trying to scream his name so he could come. Finally, I got it out, and I could hear him stop snoring. And he came in my room. What's wrong? What's wrong? I was mad at that point. And it took a long time for my voice box to actually sound like me again. But it was like a boom. And I don't know if it was a spirit person coming through that and not meaning to do that, because they bumped into me, or if it was, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I was really freaked out, really upset. And this is before the guys came for their second visit. And yeah, so that was the big experience I had at Keith's. Oh, and there was one more thing. So when I was at Keith's, and at this point, I was like, okay, whatever, anything happens here. And I had to go to the bathroom one night, and I got up, and I could hear this like little outside my bedroom door, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, at this point, I told him, I said, just bug off. I have to go to the bathroom. Go away. Because you could hear Keith had the things set up, the things that go across the hallway, that if anything went through that, it would go beep, 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 beep. And so that was happening at the same time. Paddy, what was the physical feeling you felt when you lost your voice? The physical feeling was panic. It was panic, because if someone takes your voice away and you cannot go, it was like I was trying so hard internally, and it was like I couldn't see anything. I was just like going, okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get through this. It's almost like I had to go through a thing, jump over a wall to get through to my voice, if that makes any sense. And it wasn't like some people say, well, maybe you just had sleep paralysis. I have never had sleep paralysis. I have never had it since. So it was not sleep paralysis. It was definitely something that stopped me from yelling and and if people know me, they know my voice is that is my thing. And so taking that away from me was a huge deal. But I got it back. Everything was fine. But anyway, they sound like little creatures outside my door at that point. And that was on a different night. And so I just opened the door, told them to off, and I went to the bathroom. So anyway, those are the ones.
Okay. Your mistake was?
My mistake?
You told them to off.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? You didn't understand them like you did do.
No.
And you would have treated the whole thing slightly different now, wouldn't you?
Oh, totally different. Totally different. But that was my first experience with that part of the the spirit world. So, now I look back at it and say, well, maybe it wasn't they didn't mean any.
No, but this is the whole thing. People fear that which they do not understand. So anything they do not understand is automatically a bad thing.
Yeah, but that was pretty bad when I couldn't get my voice out.
Yeah, I know that. But, like I said, what you do not understand, you don't understand the situation, the circumstances. Actually, you do not understand what is happening. So that is not a criticism. That is a natural human reaction. What I'm just going to say is, George, I've just tried to put a battery in this, and it didn't work. But it was the battery that came out of this one when it died, so I'm not surprised. I just thought we might get 5 minutes out of it.
The one thing, George had a point. Why didn't you get just the regular dog whistle, the silver dog whistle that you...
Because of frequency. If you're talking ultrasound, then electrical ultrasound is more ultrasound than a dog whistle.
Yeah, but never mind.
Never mind. Hold on a second.
I think you should buy just a regular dog whistle.
No. Well, I might do that as well. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, right, let me jump into the comment. I have a visitor, I'm very pleased to say. If she comes up here, it's my little pal, obviously. She comes looking for me.
Oh, is Bella trying to get in?
Absolutely. So she's already in. She's having a little snoop around. Glenn, sorry, Keith. So at least some of those spirits followed you. Sounds like they were kind of pissed at you. Again, that's an assumption. Right. Kamikino. What's your real name? That can't be a real name.
No, that is that's he lives by Keith. Keith's old what's his face?
I don't know. Okay.
You talked to him on Skype tonight. You talked to him tonight.
I know. Oh, it's Rich. Sorry.
Rich. It's Rich.
Rich, what are you doing? What kind of AKA is that? Come on, seriously, dude. Just put Rich. I remember those, Rich. I remember those motion detectors. We had those things going off quite a bit. Quite a bit during our investigation. Okay, George. Okay, Archangel Reese. Yes, Keith. Yes, possibly hitchhiker effect. For anybody not aware of the hitchhiker effect, it's basically when you encounter paranormal phenomena, whether it's at home or another place, and it follows you back home. That's what the hitchhiker effect is. The first case of that was in 1947, believe it or not. Okay, Michael. Right. Okay. Interesting. Patty. Yeah.
Thanks, Glenn.
I know, George. I thought we might get 5 minutes. You have no idea. I have so many rechargeable batteries you cannot believe. Okay. Rich. Lol. Yeah. Rich. Oh my God. Hold on. What's this one? Yeah. I guess it would.
Kabakino. That's like a Hawaiian name.
Okay. Right, let me just look see what clips I've got left here.
I was going to ask you, Dawn.
Okay, darling.
Do you have that clip of when Steve went up with his thing and got the things where the lips were? And
the shadows.
The shadows.
Do you know what? I think I
that
might.
That was so incredible.
Yeah, it really was. But in the meantime, I'm going to find that. But also, what happened was when obviously me and Steve had done the first investigation, 2 years later we went back, and to add credibility, we took Nick Kyle with us from the Scottish Society of Psychical Research. Nick's absolutely fantastic guy. Him and his wife, absolutely fantastic. They really are genuinely amazing people. Some of them rare people. And I will shout rare people from the rooftops because they are rare. Okay. So he took Nick back over with us because Steve wanted Nick to substantiate what Steve was actually reporting. That's how much activity was going on at Keith's. And, at the end of the day, it's all about substantiating. No, hold on, I'm going to get this. Substantiability.
That's a made-up word.
Yeah, substantiability. Yeah, whatever. And reputation. So obviously, second time we went over, 2 years later, we took Nick Kyle from the Scottish.
It wasn't 2 years later.
No, it really was. It was when Keith asked us to go over the second time. It was 2 years.
No, it was not.
Babe, I've got it all on video with the timestamps and the dates. So don't even get into that ring because you're going to get bruised. You will get bruised.
Right.
Do you really want me to play this clip? And then you're going to be really embarrassed. And I don't want to do that to you. Your choice.
I know. It wasn't 2 years later.
Okay, Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm just going to say, okay. Right, so it wasn't 2 years between when we saw each other and when I went back to Keith's.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't? It wasn't?
No.
Oh, my goodness. You really are from another...
Because all these things happened, and then Keith called you back.
Oh, my God. You really are in a different reality. Okay.
I can prove it to you.
No, I can prove it to you. I've got the footage with the date and the timestamp and everything. I'm not going to do that to you. Just forget it. Just forget it. It don't matter. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. Okay. So anyway, like I was saying, when we went back with Nick Kyle.
He wasn't even living there 2 years later.
Years later. And we set up this. Trigger objects. Now, there was movement within certain parameters of the trigger objects, but it was so slight, we actually didn't put it out there at all. What's this clip? Let me just play this one. Oh, that's pretty much the same thing. Okay, comments. There's a lot building up here. Let me just jump into them very quickly. And you know what, guys? We're going to go soon because we are now at least 2.5 hours. Well, realistically 2 hours into this. I don't want this to be a 3-hour show. Let me just check this. Paddy, keep talking. You're supposed to be a co-host. Keep talking to people while I'm reading comments.
No, I'm still mad about the 2-year thing.
Yeah, I'm not.
2 years after that, we were at the Brookdale Lodge.
Don't push this, babe. I'm just saying.
We were at Keith's in
2016. You know what? Don't force.
Keith's at 2016, and then
don't force me to play this clip.
Why? What does the clip have anything to do with it?
Because the clip says 2 years later, and we're back, and it gives the date.
What? The date you put on there?
No, the date. I did the actual thing, which is actually in the documentary. But it doesn't matter. Just forget it. It doesn't matter. Right, George. Yes, Steve was moving the detector by the bedpost. Yes, I understand about the pipe, but have you? And then it stops there. George, given any thought on the phenomenon was height dependent, say only 3 feet off the floor, but no higher. Substantiation. Scott Clegg. S.J. Palin. It's the Mandela effect. Okay, if you want to elaborate on that slightly. Fine, we'll look at that. George, timescapes. Hang on, George, we're going to fall out right now. Hang on. I think you got a fan.
Hey.
George says, timestamps can be faked.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Because I know that once that thing happened to me, and then we found those things in my truck.
Let me tell you a story. When there's something uploaded to YouTube, that cannot be faked. That's all I'm saying, George. Paddy.
Honey, that's not how it worked. I know my life.
No, you know what? If I'm forced to play this clip, I will, and you're just going to go.
No, I'm not, because I know what happened.
Okay. I don't want to get into this, but
it was like 6 months later.
6 months later. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm going to kill you. I'm just going to kill you.
I will kill you if I play this clip, which is why I don't want to play it, baby. Trust me. I don't. Off topic, sorry. But can you have Becky tell us if there are houses in heaven? Houses. Never asked if there's houses. Shall we try it? Shall we try it, Paddy? Shall we try it?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Becky, conditions not perfect. We may get something, may get nothing. Becky, are there houses in heaven? Is the question. Oh, hold on. Gee, I just pressed stop by accident. Wow. Wow, that's a pretty good response, whatever it is. There is. Okay, let's try that one more time. Becky, guys, are there houses in heaven? Do you know what? Let's see if we can play it through the app because there's something there. And again, as I always maintain, if there's nothing, you should get nothing but shh, there is something. Oh my God, where's all my cables and leads and all sorts? Hold on. As he nearly knocks his screen all over the floor. Okay. Oh wait, that's gone tits up, hasn't it? Hold on. Wow, it really went tits up there. Hold on. Oh, too low, Mr. Phillips. I don't want to see your groin. Okay, and that's, I'm not sure what's happened there. Okay, so hold on. Wow. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, I guess that'll do. Let's just see if we can decipher anything from this. Are there houses in heaven? Okay, the amp's not working. Okay, the amp's not working, so we'll just scrap that one now. Just play this again. I don't know what anybody might be hearing from that. There is something. Next one was. That sounds like, can you hear to me? What do you think, Paddy?
I don't know. Can't.
No, I don't on that one. I don't on that one at all. At all. Okay, so let's jump into the comments. You know what? We've been going for like a couple of hours now, so we're going to bring this to a close very, very shortly. Very shortly. So, any questions for me or Paddy, guys? Just call in. Or on the whole Keith Linder thing, just call in. That's not a problem. Oh, that's interesting. Rich says, "Can you hear?" Which is what I've just said on that second one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me see what else we've got. Becky says there are no houses in heaven. Rich says, okay, let's list that one again very quickly. That's the first one of the two. It should be 90. There's no houses here, possibly?
Oh.
That sounds to me like there's no houses here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
It's one of those.
Okay, it's kind of one of them. It's not super clear, but you know what? At the end of the day, Rich, at the end of the day, there should be nothing there, but shh, and there's obviously something. You know. Okay. Right, guys, we've got 5 minutes. We're going to bring this to a close because I want to spend some time with my amazing, beautiful wife tonight.
Yeah, so we can argue about the dates.
You really want to push me and force me on this one?
You know what? I was still living with my ex-husband. We were divorced, but I was still living there.
Okay. Listen. Are you disputing the fact that from when we first went to Keith, it was 2 years later when we went there again?
Yes, because I had my
Okay.
own place then.
Okay.
I had gone through a divorce, had my own condo 2 years after that.
Okay. So if I suddenly produce a video from YouTube, it was dated 2 years from the first investigation, which states it was 2 years from the investigation, I'm making it up.
It means that you're
Well, in collusion
I
with
can call
YouTube
Keith
to
and
make...
ask Keith. I'm going to call Keith and ask Keith because I know for sure what happened financially during that time.
That's fine, but you can call Keith, and Keith will confirm what I've said. And you know what? I'm not even going to mention it again because it's not important to me. All I know is.
To me.
So, are you saying that? Hey, domestic on YouTube live, fantastic. This is the supernatural part.
Because 2 years after the first investigation,
are you telling me? Hold on. Are you telling me? Hold on. Are you telling me right now that from when we did the Keith investigation, it was not 2 years before I went back to do the second one?
That's what I'm saying. It was like 6 months.
Wow. Guys,
I know what
because I love my wife, I'm going to leave it, despite what she says, I'm going to leave it right here, right now. Seriously, babe. Ring Keith now.
Okay.
Call him now. And you don't even have to just mention anything on the show about it. Just call him. That's it. That's fine. It's dealt with as far as I'm concerned. Okay?
Okay.
All right, darling. Okay. Right. George, this is just too cute. You know what? I think so too.
It's not cute. Don't piss me off.
God, no, do you not know when to just get out of the ring?
No.
You're calling Keith now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And you're going to tell Keith it's 6 months between the investigations, right?
Keith? Oh, he's not there.
Wow.
I have to call him tomorrow.
Do you know what? Let me make this official. I want to drop it right here, right now. It's you that wants to continue it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. That's fine. You want to do that? That's fine. I'm not going to mention anything about it. You do whatever you want to do. I'm not even going to mention it again, but you can if you want. George, lol, Patty will not stop, will she? You know what? No, she won't, because she's an American girl, and that's you know what? They just
because I know where I was living at the time during each investigation.
I don't care. I was there.
Was I, listen, and I know what happened.
No, I know how long it was. I know how long it was from the first investigation to the second, because you know what? Hey, guess what? I made the video.
I was living with my ex-husband.
I uploaded the video. I made the video. I've got the dates on video on YouTube. If you want to go beyond that, that's absolutely fine, babe. That ain't a problem. I'm not got a problem with that. I'm just saying I want to drop it now. If you don't want to, that's entirely up to you. Right, moving on. Scott Clegg, Don, we love you too. You see, somebody loves me. Oh, don't you give me that look. Look at that right now. Oh, that's a wifey look, I can tell. Don't you love me anymore?
I still love you, but this is a...
Babe, do you know what? Just look at the correlation between the guy that made the videos, the dates that was made, when they was uploaded to YouTube. How could, I'm just saying, if it was only 6 months, why would it be? Go to Keith, 6 months later, go to Keith again, and then a year and a half later, upload the video. Especially when Fox is all over.
It took you a long time to get that video. No. That was one of the things that Keith had a problem with, because he wanted the video out now.
Okay, let me just ask you a question. Do you want me to address this on the next episode to put it to bed, or can we just agree to this?
I want you to get on the next video and say, oh, yeah, Paddy was right.
Okay. Okay. So you want me to address this on the next video? I will do that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's because you want me to, not because I want to. Okay.
No, because I want to prove it to you first.
Okay. That's your ball. It's your ball call. That's what you want me to do. That's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Mm.
And I love you lots.
I love you too.
You see. Fantastic woman, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the best. Okay. I think we're about done. Are we nearly done? Are we now going to go inside and beat each other up off camera? Are you going to give me loads of shit off camera now?
Yeah.
Are you really? You're going to do that, are you? Wow. If I get any marks on the next episode, you know where they come from, guys? I've been abused and beaten by my wife.
Right.
If I've got a rather exponential eye and cuts and bruises, you know where they came from. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm going to the comments and then we're going to go. Guys, thanks for joining me this evening. Been fantastic as always. Right.
Thank you, everybody.
Rich says, oh.
Hey, Rich. Hey. Hey, let me ask you a question, Rich. You were there.
Yes, he was.
When John was there, when did Keith move out? How many years?
No, you moved the goalpost. Not when did Keith move out. How long was it between when we did the first investigation and the second one, roughly? Was it 6 months or a lot longer?
It wasn't
That's the
2
question you need to ask
years.
him. Huh?
It wasn't 2 years.
No. You're moving the goalpost. Was it 6 months, or was it a lot longer? Baby, I just want to drop this, but it's you that wants to just keep pushing it on. So that's your ball. That's your thing. Yeah, let's just not put Rich on the spot. George, just say Patty is right. You know, George, I'm a big guy. I will do that. Patty, darling, you're absolutely right.
Oh, that's bullshit.
What? I can't do right for wrong now? What's this about?
No, that's because
you're right. No, you're right. No, you're fine.
Not.
No, you're right, but darling, I'm probably
No, that's
mistaken.
not. No,
that's fine, darling.
That's
I'm
not. You're
mistaken.
just saying that. It's
no, I'm not. I'm probably mistaken, sweetheart. You could be right. Okay, so there we go. Let's move forward. Okay. George, lol.
He's gonna pay. He's really.
Do you know what? Seriously, I would not swap this woman for all the money in the world. She's absolutely fantastic. I love her to pieces. I really do. Oh my god. Okay, Reese, thumbs up. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Scott's leg. Lots of loves and things and laughy faces. Yeah. Okay. Babe.
What?
Do you know? I'm probably mistaken. You're probably totally right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am right.
That's fine. Okay. You could be, is all I'm saying.
I am.
Okay. Look at that evil look, guys. Did you see that evil look? That looked demonic, didn't it? That little cringy smile. Does that mean you're not going to hit me now? Does that mean you're not going to hit me off camera now?
I don't hit you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
let me
now we're
look.
going about hitting each other, right? I don't.
No, we don't hit each other. I respect you so much. I love you too much, and I really actually believe that I genuinely believe that I feel sorry for every other guy out there because I've got the best woman in the world, and she's always right.
Suck it up! You're sucking up to me now.
She's always right.
God, it's working. Oh damn!
No, it's fine. You're right. I'm wrong. We're all good. You see, that's how it works. You see, the perfect marriage.
Ah.
Eyes roll, big star. So funny, your chemistry. You two are great together. You know what we are? That's why we got married, Scott.
Yeah, we are great together.
We are.
We really are. We really are.
Fantastic. We always have been.
Yeah.
That's why I married her. That's why we married each other. I guess we've gone off off the Supernatural Files topic.
Yeah, I think we've gone off the whole
We're
thing.
gonna. Do you know what? So I think I should come in there, and we should watch some 90 Day Fiance.
Oh yes, UK. No, not the UK. The one that they go from here to there.
Guys, if you've not watched 90 Day
We get
Fiance,
addicted to these shows, and then they end, and then we have to watch the next episode, and it's terrible because these guys are idiots.
I've got a text. Don, I'm sorry to say this. I've just looked at the links on YouTube. The dates correspond to 2 years, which is what you were saying. I think you and Paddy are great.
No.
I just thought I would share that.
Who said that?
Thank you, Scott.
Scott looked at when the video was done, not when you were actually there.
I made that up anyway. So I'm just looking at a blank screen. I made that shit up, all right? Oh, do you know what? This is why she loves me. Okay, guys, do you know what? I think we need to get out of here. Me and Paddy are going to share another bottle of wine, watch some 90 Day Fiance. In fact, you know what? This morning, we started watching one.
Oh my God, what time did we go to bed?
3:30.
And I got up at 5 to go to work, 5:30 to go to work.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, hello. It was Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm not going to mention your memory.
I'm just saying the night before.
No. Stop. Yeah, you already know you're in that corner getting beaten. I'm not going to mention your memory and your.
No, you shush.
Do you know what? I can do
morning.
this. I can do this. Right, hold on. Watch this. The powers that be. Okay, Paddy, so like I was saying, I'm not going to mention your memory and your recollection about times and dates, but you didn't go work to yesterday because it was Saturday. Just saying. Just saying.
Today is Saturday.
Yes.
I went to work. I had to get up Friday morning at 5:30.
Hang on. Hold on a second. Yeah, today's Saturday.
Okay, so I had to get up.
This morning. No. We was watching 90 Day till 3:30 this morning, which means you did not go work afterwards, right?
Right, but I'm just saying I was up so long.
Results. All right, guys. Scott's having a blast here. In fact, they all are. And do you know what's so funny? Yeah, do you know what we are? We are. This girl is absolutely effing amazing. I wouldn't swap it for the world.
He's just trying to batter me up. So when he comes in from the Becky shed, I don't go, oh, and I get all over his butt.
I have the power to take you out of this room. You know that, right?
Hey, you know what? When you get in a fight, it's great making up.
I don't think they need to want to know about that. This is going way off topic. This was the Supernatural Files. I'm not sure what it is anymore. I'd pay to watch this, Scott said. We should have our own TV show, Don and Paddy Show.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, I'm bringing this to a close before we get divorced. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. You guys are so fun to watch. You know what? We are, at least one of us is. I'm just saying. Okay, so I finished my wine anyway now. Look at this. Look.
Ew, I can't go blind like that. That would make me want to barf.
I am a gulper. That's the problem.
I know, that's the problem.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go out there and bring him inside because he's not going to be able to walk.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? I'm the guy that remembers times and dates. Just saying.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not go there. I don't want to go there anymore.
I think we just say good night to everybody now. You say good night.
Good night, guys. Good night, guys. Thank you.
There we go. Hang on. Was you finished or did you want to say anything else?
Well, just thanks for supporting me and being concerned about
that
my
would be
health.
whoa.
Wait.
That's no. That's called moving the God. What are you supporting you? That's supporting us.
No, supporting my health and everything and being concerned about me.
Oh, yeah,
that
okay,
means a
that's
lot to me.
The COVID
You know,
thing,
it
yeah,
just means
that
a
is
lot
important.
because I feel like dog crap.
Sorry, I thought you meant them supporting you with your strange,
No,
convenient memory. But you were talking about COVID, which is a totally different thing. That's
I'm
fine.
talking about the long COVID. I guess I have. I did
Do you
go
know
to the
what?
doctor last Monday.
Yeah, do you know what? This is what you need to consider. Long COVID had lots of effects, including those on memory. I'm just saying.
I knew he said.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, I got to go because she's cracking me up. I just want to get in there and give her a big kiss right now. Reese, good night. You two are too much. Yeah, do you know what? We really are.
Way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, way too much. You know. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, guys, you are amazing people. It's been a kind of a weird show tonight. I knew it would be if we brought the Phillips on, the Phillips Part 2 on. You know, I knew it would all kind of go left field. But you know what? It's been fun. Guys, do you know what? As always, just carry on being. Life's unpredictable. Be the best people that you can be.
Exactly.
And
that's what's the most important.
Appreciate every single day. And if your wife has got a
watch it
problematic memory, just respect her, humor her, agree with her, and move forward. Sorry, I can't was that a pop? I think you might have been. No, do you know what? Okay, let me end it right here, lying underneath everything. Paddy, yeah, you're right, babe, and I'm wrong. I love you lots, and I'm going to see you in about 30 seconds' time. Right, guys, this is the Supernatural Files, or it was, at least before Paddy took it over and made it a whole new series about Don and Paddy. Okay, so we need to do Don and Paddy night one night, and just, you know, we just do. Probably get more subscribers. Scott,
it's like the
Don,
Gracie and Alan show. I don't know if you guys remember that.
It's the Don and Paddy show, yeah. Alan, good night. Scott, Don, ha ha ha. Alan, good advice. Scott, good night. Love hearts. Thank you, Don George. You know, guys, thank you, everybody. And before I go, I'm just going to say, yes, we was going to address a couple of things. One was, and this is really important, and Athena will know this. I spoke to Athena during the week. Who exactly is the Antichrist? Believe it or not, there is a real answer to that question.
Oh, that's a whole nother show.
And also, how can spirits talk when they haven't got a voice box? That is, again, another thing I'm going to bring up on the show. But you know, you got to understand, this is a huge answer to a very small question.
Yes.
Well, both of them are. I will jump in depth in those on a future Supernatural Files. Right now, I've got to go and get a big hug and a kiss off my beautiful wife, or a black eye, depending which way it's going to go. Either way, thank you for joining us tonight. You've all been fantastic, as always. We love you guys. We love your support, and we appreciate you as people. Baby, say good night to everybody.
I already did, but now I'm going to say good night again. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you on the next episode of the Supernatural Files.